Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today, we're diving into some fascinating dermatological sources to solve a highly requested, honestly very relatable skincare mystery. We're talking about proper foot care and moisturization, and specifically tackling the great debate, foot cream versus body lotion. If you've ever felt like your current routine just isn't quite cutting it for your heels, you are in exactly the right place. Seriously, have you ever wondered this? Why are my feet still dry even after generously applying my absolute favorite body lotion? It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? You step out of the shower, apply your go-to moisturizer head to toe, but a few hours later, your feet are completely back to feeling rough, scratchy, and just uncomfortable. Well, today we're going to unpack the research to show exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how to fix it for good. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with part 1, the dry feet dilemma. Moving into part 2, why feet are different. Then, part 3 gives us the main event, foot cream versus body lotion. Part 4 is choosing the right moisturizer, and we'll wrap the whole thing up with part 5, healthy foot care habits. Starting with section 1, the dry feet dilemma and the everyday wear and tear. Just think about what our feet endure on a daily basis. Constant walking, standing in lines, relentless friction from our footwear. I mean, it's a lot. And unfortunately, as our sources point out, many of our daily bathroom habits are actually making that everyday wear and tear much, much worse. Skipping moisturizer after bathing is a huge one. Or how about using very hot water for long periods? That completely strips away whatever little moisture you actually have left. Scrubbing dry skin too aggressively is another massive trap. Sometimes we treat our heels less like delicate skin and more like, a woodworking project that needs sanding down. That actually damages the skin barrier. Ignoring cracked heels until they become actively uncomfortable is another major misstep highlighted in the data. And finally, applying moisturizer inconsistently or choosing products based solely on how good they smell rather than what your skin actually needs, well, that basically guarantees your dry feet dilemma is going to stick around. Moving on to section 2, why feet are different. Let's look at the biology of the sole. When diving into the dermatological research, this was a real aha moment for me. The skin on the soles of your feet is much thicker than the skin on almost any other part of your body. And crucially, since it has no sebaceous glands, it does not produce natural oils to keep itself moisturized. Think about that for a second. Your feet are biologically incapable of self-moisturizing. They are far more prone to losing moisture than the rest of your body. This perfectly validates why standard body care routines just aren't enough for our soles. They literally require a completely unique approach based on this specific biology. Section 3, foot cream versus body lotion, the head-to-head comparison. Let's look at the fundamental differences in their formulations. According to the skincare science we reviewed, foot cream is specially formulated for that thicker, drier skin found on the feet. It boasts a much richer texture, specifically designed to deliver intense, deep moisture. Conversely, body lotion is formulated for everyday hydration across larger areas of the entire body. Because of this, it needs to be lightweight and quick absorbing. The research is super clear here. They aren't just packaged differently for marketing, they are scientifically formulated for entirely different skin needs. Breaking this down practically, in terms of moisturizing power, the data shows foot cream gives you deep, concentrated moisture, whereas body lotion provides everyday, lightweight hydration. When we look at key ingredients, foot creams are highly targeted. They want to soften and exfoliate that tough skin we just talked about. Body lotions, though, they focus more broadly on maintaining overall moisture balance. And critically, looking at texture and absorption, foot creams are much thicker. Because they're so rich, they have a slower absorption rate. Body lotions, though, by design are lightweight, so they spread easily and absorb very quickly, so you can just get dressed and go about your day. So what exactly are these targeted ingredients? The dermatological sources point to a few absolute heavy hitters that make foot creams so effective. The first is urea. This is an ingredient commonly recommended by experts that helps attract and retain deep moisture in thick, dry foot skin. It is a total hero ingredient for extreme dryness, essentially pulling hydration directly into that stubborn, thick layer of the sole. The research also highlights a second heavy hitter, lactic acid. Lactic acid is a skincare ingredient that gently exfoliates dead skin. This improves the feel and texture of rough, uneven, or even cracked heels. This is absolutely crucial because remember that thick skin on the sole we covered earlier? Well, lactic acid works alongside hydrating ingredients to shed that hardened dead skin, making it essential for targeted foot care. As the experts point out, without exfoliation, you're often just putting moisture on top of dead, hardened skin, which doesn't really do much. Section 4. Choosing the right moisturizer. What does your skin actually need? Our sources actually help us a very common myth here. The myth is that body lotion simply cannot be used on your feet. The fact, that's entirely false. Body lotion absolutely can be used on your feet, especially if your skin is normal or only mildly dry and you just need some daily maintenance. It is definitely not forbidden. However, if you are dealing with very dry, rough, or cracked feet, yeah, that lightweight lotion just won't cut it. You're going to need the richer, targeted hydration of a dedicated foot cream. Here's another one that constantly trips people up: the idea that more product automatically means better results. People think if they just cake on a massive amount of thick lotion, their feet will magically heal faster. But the fact is, applying too much doesn't actually improve your results at all. It just leaves your feet feeling super greasy. Using the right, moderate amount, consistently, is what truly matters for repairing your skin barrier. Consistency beats quantity every single time. So how do you diagnose your own needs based on this guidance? It really just comes down to a few simple criteria. You should choose foot cream if your heels are dry, rough, or cracked, if you need deep, targeted moisture, or if you're specifically doing a nighttime care routine where the product actually has time to absorb. On the flip side, choose body lotion if your feet are normal to mildly dry, if you just need basic daily hydration, or if you're simply applying moisturizer across your whole body immediately post-shower for convenience. Finally, Section 5, Healthy Foot Care Habits. Building your routine. Having the right product is only half the battle, right? The other half is building an actionable routine around it. According to the dermatological literature, here is the absolute ultimate hack for softer feet: the pro tip nighttime routine. Step 1. Cleanse your feet, making sure to avoid that very hot water that we now know strips away moisture. Step 2. Apply a moderate amount of rich foot cream. Look for those hero ingredients like urea, lactic acid, glycerin, or shea butter, specifically targeting the rough areas and cracked heels. Step 3. Put on a pair of clean cotton socks. Now, I know it might not be the most glamorous sleepwear look, but trust me on this one. And Step 4. Simply go to sleep. This allows the moisture to lock in overnight while you rest, giving those richer, thicker creams plenty of time to fully absorb. You will literally wake up with softer, smoother feet. We've covered the biology and the science-backed routines needed to finally solve the dry feet dilemma. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Will you switch to a dedicated foot cream tonight to give your feet the targeted care they actually deserve? Take a look at your heels tonight, apply what you've learned from this explainer's research, and see the difference the right formulation makes for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me, and here's to healthy, comfortable feet.